Hello, welcome to the Wild Woody Podcast, episode 9, and I am here with my friend.
I'm Alyssa.
So I totally didn't tell you, that was just on the spot. I was like, I'll just do that. And I am Gabby, or Woody, your host, whatever you want to call me. And today, as you can see, because I have my guest, we're going to do an interview. So, anyways... yeah, we can get started.
Smooth.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, so how did we first meet and what were your first impressions?
Oh god, I don't actually remember exactly how we first met, but we did meet in middle school.
Pickles! What did she
dug her claws into my sunburn.
Pickles! Okay, that was... Pickles has never done that before, so...
Back to how we first met.
Oh my gosh.
I think we met in middle school, and then we knew each other, but we didn't know each other, but we lived in the same neighborhood. Mm-hmm. And then eventually you just came up to my door and was like, yo, we're hanging out now. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. That's
pretty much.
That's the earliest memory I have.
Yeah.
Is knowing each other from school, and then at one point I just went up to your front door and I was like, does Alyssa live here or something? And either you or your mom answered. I was like, I'm pretty sure we're in the same grade. Do you want to hang out?
Yeah.
And then we just started walking around like the most awkward kids.
That was back in the day. Yeah. Kids don't do that nowadays.
Yeah.
Stranger danger. You could have been kidnapped.
Yeah, but probably would have been better than my house, so...
First impressions, Gabby's always been a very...
Let's be honest.
A very unique character. She did bully me up until about senior year of high school because I was an only child.
Yes.
But it's character development.
It was character development.
But it's okay because at the end of the day, I didn't have any friends. So Gabby was about the first thing I had to go to as far as friendship.
I just might have been a little abrasive all the time.
Yeah.
On the heavy side.
On the heavy side.
Yeah, I just maybe wasn't always the nicest, or I never had a nice tone.
Hi, Bandit.
Yeah, Bandit, get out of here. Get out of here. Bandit. Okay. Go. My first impression of you was Bandit.
Bandit.
Get out of here.
He's like, I'm immune.
He is. He's such a dork. He wants to lick so badly. Get out of here. Okay. My first impression of you was that you were, I don't know, very much an only child. And
it got bullied out of me.
Which, yeah, that's why I was maybe a little too abrasive. And, yeah, I think at that point, I don't know that I was really old enough to have an impression other than I don't have anyone else to hang out with, which is probably the same thing for you at that time. We were just like, okay, yeah, sure, I guess I'll hang out with this person who, is not nice to me.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay, what's your favorite memory? And we can go back and forth on questions. That way you're not answering first every time.
Okay.
But, my favorite memory of us together is, okay, honestly, we have quite a few good ones. I would say either Paint Twister.
Paint Twister was pretty good.
Or that time that it was your birthday and you invited one other person, but they didn't come, so then we, set up this Minecraft-themed birthday party, and it was literally just me and Alyssa. There were no other kids. We made a gas piñata. We put up streamers on the doorway like you were going through the nether portal. We went all out, and it was just us.
It was just us. To be honest, I don't think the other girl even liked me that much. It was just, I didn't hate her, so I invited her.
Yeah, that's fair. I had my, 5th grade birthday party. I invited people that I did not really even like. but I wanted to have a party.
Yeah.
And I needed kids to come.
That's the problem with being an introvert in middle and high school, is that you don't have people to invite to your birthday.
Yes, and you're like, but I have to have a party, so let me invite these kids that I don't like.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, what's your favorite memory?
One of my favorite ones was, we live in North Carolina, if you guys don't know. I don't know if they do or
I don't
not.
know, they probably do.
But we don't get snow that often, so...
Oh my gosh, this one's so good.
One Christmas break, we got not real snow, but it was like ice that had packed down on the road. So me and my dad got our four-wheeler out and we blew up like a tube and tied it to the back using just a rope. And we turned down the street that Gabby lived on. And as we did, we didn't let go of the rope, so we just smacked into a tree.
Both me and Alyssa are on this tube with her dad driving.
There was a video of it at one point.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to it, but he like pulls into my cul-de-sac going quick, and we never let go of the rope, and we full on hit a tree. Alyssa taking the brunt of that and literally bouncing off the tree.
I did
trunk.
bounce. I'm very surprised I didn't get something fractured or broken.
Yeah. It was a hard hit.
I had like softball-sized bruises for probably 2 weeks.
And I think your dad was like, why didn't you let go? And we're like, because we didn't think we would actually hit the tree. We thought we were just going to turn onto the street.
We didn't think of the fact that it would just like...
We would just like swing out instead of just like a nice polite turn.
Nope.
Okay, so what is a quality you admire in the other?
I really like that Gabby just does her own thing. Like, she truly doesn't care what other people think in the slightest. But honestly, yeah, I mean, I just love that, and I love that you're very devoted to the things that you're into. Like, obviously you're very involved in the church, and like the people who you keep around you, I feel like you're very dedicated to them, and you're very honest and loving towards them.
Oh, thank you.
Which is apparently a harder quality to find nowadays than you would think.
Yeah. Well, okay, I have two. Okay, the first one is like kind of similar in that you like don't really care about what people think, but in the extent of like you're very social. Like you'll just go out and like do whatever, or like you can talk to anyone, I feel like. Yeah. And yeah, like if I took you to go hang out somewhere, like you would get along with whoever.
Yeah, I once had a kindergartner teacher tell my parents at like a conference that if you dropped me in a room full of 10 people that I didn't know, I'd have 10 more friends by the time I left.
Yeah. Which is so funny because I know you always say like you're an introvert, but you're a very social one. Like you have social skills and you're very good at it.
It's just I can't stand to do it for more than like a couple hours at a time.
Yeah, but you are a girl's girl. And my second one is that I feel like even though we don't agree on like plenty of stuff, like we have different religious beliefs, political beliefs and whatnot, we're still homies, which is not, I feel like, a lot of people. Like we have different opinions on a lot,
but we don't argue.
And we don't argue about it. We're very like, okay, like either one, we're just gonna say it calmly, or we're just like, we don't feel like talking about it.
Yeah, I mean,
we know how to like not let it consume us.
As I've gotten older, I think it's one of those things where it's like, my mom tells me let it be all the time, so I think it falls under that category of just like, you don't have to agree with everyone. That's fine.
Yeah. Like,
you can just focus on the things that you do have in common, and that's probably a lot more than what you disagree on.
Period. That was actually so wise. It also, like, is it worth, like, disagreeing with people so much that you, like, won't be friends with them, even if you like everything else? Like, it's really not.
No.
Also, like, a lot of things are... like, our beliefs are what we believe in to, like, get us through life. So it's like, okay, whatever. If you're cool doing that, that's cool. Like, you do you.
Yeah, like, whatever floats your boat.
Yeah. Period. Okay, what are you currently studying and why?
I'm a mechanical engineering student with a minor in mathematics.
A woman in STEM.
I am a woman in STEM.
And, well, technically, I'm not in school right now. So I'm kind of a liar, but I did get my associates in science from a community college. So I'm almost a woman in STEM.
You're an honorary woman in STEM.
Honorary woman in STEM. Okay, what are... now, these school-related questions are mostly targeted at you. Mm-hmm. I'll answer if I think I can. But what parts of college do you think have been beneficial / important?
I think learning a lot more soft skills has been a big thing in college. Like, getting out of high school, there was a lot of stuff that you just don't learn. Like, I learned how to do job interviews properly. I learned kind of how to build resumes. I learned how to work with people. And obviously, like, everything that revolves around my job. So I'm in more of a manufacturing field right now. So learning a lot of stuff about that was really beneficial too. But overall, I'd just say, like, learning, one, how to be an adult, and two, learning how to actually be in a workplace setting was really beneficial.
Yeah.
But otherwise, sometimes college is a scam.
Okay, are there any aspects that aren't, like, related to job or, like, school, but were beneficial from college? Like, for example, like, making whatever friends or learning how to make friends or going to parties or stuff like that. Would you say any of that stuff was beneficial?
I would say while I was in college, I learned how to get out of my comfort zone more. Because we're from a pretty small area. You don't really have that many opportunities to, like, get out and go do new things. So, yeah, I had a lot of opportunities to, like, go to a frat party. I don't recommend. Or, like, I have the opportunity to move somewhere new for 6 months, which is gonna be different, but I've kind of learned how to push myself to do that, though, and be okay with it. It's not comfortable, but, you know, it's not meant to be.
Yeah. This is, like, totally unrelated, but because you said frat party and you don't recommend it, when I was in, like, high school and Q and my older brother and all his friends were going out to college, at App State they had the frat that got in trouble for, like, you know, big R to ladies, drugging them. And this friend who happened to go to App State was like, Gabby, you have to go to a college party. It'll change your life. And I said to him, yeah, it would, and not for the better. Have you heard about whatever frat? And then that ended the conversation.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun, I guess, but
I'm sure you didn't have that issue. It was probably just, like, being around drunk people.
Yeah, being around drunk people. Some girls did almost get kicked out for peeing in the neighbor's yard.
Ew.
Yeah.
Yeah, that gives me the ick. Like, hearing about that, I'm like, oh, that's embarrassing that you even thought to do that.
But it's also, like, whenever you go there, people say it's, like, a social thing, but you don't really meet new people. Like,
they're probably just hanging out with their clique.
Yeah, you can meet people in passing, but, like, it's definitely not going to be a long-term thing because you're just basically saying, hey, over loud music where you can't even hear yourself think. And then, I mean, free booze is just kind of the best part of it, to be honest.
Oh my gosh.
If you go to a frat. And the themes. I like dressing up for the themes.
Word.
But
as someone who went to a community college, the beneficial part was probably the only beneficial thing, I think, was that it was free. So that I got 2 years of school for free. Because I didn't meet anyone, because, again, Bandit, get out of here, dude. Get now. Because at the community college, it's small. It's people that you've grown up with, so it's not, like, you either already like them at that point or you don't. And the teachers were okay. But, mostly just that was free. That was, like, the only benefit. Okay, what parts of college were not beneficial or important?
Anything having to do with my social life was pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. My roommate experiences, most of them have been pretty bad. Yeah. I've had a quote-unquote crazy roommate almost every time. And then, I would just say, like, being in your 20s is hard enough socially, but then also being in a new place where you don't know anybody, and then, like, early 20s, everybody's kind of shuffling around, like, changing friend groups and whatnot, so it's just hard making friends and then actually keeping them around. And then as people change, the people who were your friends, it's hard to maybe let go of them if they're not being a good friend to you anymore as well. Like, you know what, you know exactly who I'm talking about. But those things can be hard, and it's beneficial in its own way, but it's also not beneficial because it just kind of gets draining after a while. Trying to keep up socially. Yeah,
I feel like the one thing that I always kind of felt like I was, like, that I missed out from not going to a 4-year university was making friends or, like, getting involved to make friends. Because, like I said, like, at the community college, you already know everyone. Otherwise, if you didn't go to college, you just went into working, then it's, like, the only people you meet are your coworkers, and that's not, like, your real friends unless you start to hang out, but like most people don't become like besties with their coworker. Yeah. So okay. Something you love right now.
Anything. I love Jujutsu Kaisen right now. It's an anime.
Yes.
Yeah, I wish Gojo could be my boyfriend.
Oh my gosh. What do I love right now? Oh my gosh. I got these frozen dumplings from the Asian market, which I like already, when I was wandering around, it was my first time in there. There were a lot of people, so it's like, I don't want to look at anything for too long because they're going to know I don't know what I'm looking at. But I know a dumpling when I see one. And so I went and got frozen dumplings, and the way that they were so good, I ate them for breakfast 2 days this week, and then I had them for dinner 2 days this week because it's so convenient.
You ate dumplings for breakfast?
Yes, because they're like this big. Okay, so I eat like 2 for breakfast because they're convenient. Because all I have to do is boil water, put a little thing over the water so it's steaming, and then set the dumplings in there for 15 minutes, and I can do whatever the heck I need to do. It's convenient, and they're delicious. Plus, they have vegetables and meat inside. You're getting all the food groups.
Okay.
That's something I love right now. I'm obsessed. Okay. Something you've Something you hate.
Something I hate. Oh, gosh.
Oh, I'll go first. I'll give you a second to think. Something I hate right now this is going to sound kind of backwards because I'm a plant person, but I hate the plants out front. Not because they're bad or anything, but because every time I look at them, I see, like, more work that I have to do of, like, oh, I need to water them because they haven't been watered in 30 minutes and they look shriveled. I also need to pick the strawberries that are starting to die because the slugs are getting to them. And then my pepper plants have caterpillars that are absolutely destroying them. And then my squash plant is probably going to start getting destroyed by squash bugs. And my potato plants are starting to get eaten. So every time I walk past it, I just see more work that I have to do. And at this point, I'm kind of hoping everything dies in the next week, but also, I would feel really bad if I have to explain to Nick that once he gets home that all the plants died.
Yeah.
So, that's something I hate right now.
I hate my apartment complex right now because I'm trying to sublease my room in my 5-bedroom townhouse, and they're not helping me at all. They're actually preying on my downfall, I think. Yeah, I've just been running in loops with them. Facebook Marketplace isn't helping. I can't tell who's a scam and who's real.
Also, like, the people on there are just dumb. And, like, you've said that it's for girls only.
Yeah, it's for girls
and you keep
only.
Getting guys.
I have probably had close to 5 to 10 men message me about moving in. And I'm like, it's literally right there in the description. Ladies only, please.
Yeah, that's embarrassing for them. But are we surprised that they're illiterate?
No.
You know what? Okay, I'm gonna add this in.
Bonus?
A little bonus on men. Not that I hate all men, okay? Don't think that I do. But yesterday when I went into Walmart and I got sexually harassed while I'm checking out cleaning supplies, this man telling me these what he probably thought was a compliment that was just really gross the entire time I'm checking out. For 3 minutes that I'm standing there, and this man behind me will not stop making comments on my looks. I was like, I don't hate all men, but you certainly make a good argument too. Anyways, I guess that's something that I hate. Just throwing in a little bonus for you. Yeah. Okay, sorry. Something that you have done that most of the world hasn't.
Something I've done that most of the world hasn't.
Wait, did you answer last question, or did I?
I think I did.
Okay, I get to go first. No, typically I would say going to Brazil, but that's a basic answer for me, even though I love Brazil. Hey, Pookies. Bandit! Oh my gosh. What are you doing? Sorry. Something I have done that the rest of the world hasn't. I have gone to over half of the 50 states. And, yeah. I've gone to I'm gonna guess I probably have gone to maybe 27 to 30 of them. So.
Good numbers.
Yeah.
Something I've done that most of the world probably hasn't done. I have not only ridden in hot air balloons, but I did used to work with hot air balloons.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I used to crew hot air balloons with my ex-boyfriend's family. Shout out Max if you ever see this for any reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I actually got to go to New Mexico for the balloon festival and fly up while the balloons were taking off, and I got to actually crew with them and stuff. Very cool experience.
Yeah, that's actually a really good one.
I know, that's usually my fun fact at school whenever people are like, what's a fun fact about you? And I'm like, I used to crew for hot air balloons.
That's a really good one, because most people will never even go in one, let alone work on them.
Yeah, I probably crewed over 50 times for them throughout the course of 2 years.
Yeah.
So.
That is pretty good. Okay, what is something that you think everyone should do at least once in their life?
I think you should make at least one move that you didn't think you were going to once in your life.
Moving from a different place?
Yeah, just do something that's really not in your comfort zone. Me moving to the mountains for the summer for 6 months for this job that I'm taking. I pushed back my graduation date by a whole semester to do it, and so I'm basically losing all my study buddies that I've been with for the past 3 years, and yeah, I'm just basically going to be starting fresh once I get there and once I get back, but I think it'll be good for me. School's really hard on me mentally, so I think it'll be a good break for me, and I'll get to try a lot of new things while I'm there, meet new people, and hopefully once I get back, it'll give me a clean slate of new people to meet too, since my engineering friends are dwindling.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's last time in Alex's, I said that everyone should go, they need to travel by themselves at least once, which is kind of similar to that. I think everyone should learn a language. You don't have to necessarily be fluent, but just conversational enough to get by, and then actually use that, of course. I think being conversational in another language besides English or whatever your native tongue is super important, and also just automatically makes you way more cool in any situation, especially if you're with people that speak that language. Okay, what do you do well for your age?
I feel like I have a good bit of emotional maturity for my age. I feel like I'm pretty good at separating myself from whatever dramatic situation I may be in.
Yeah.
I will make a fuss about it, though. I am slightly dramatic, so I will tell everyone about it, even if they don't want to hear about it, but overall, I can mostly solve my own problems.
You're in the moment, I can detach, but after it's done, everyone will know.
Everyone will know, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I think I I do, well, I don't know if this is something necessarily, actually related to age or just versus something I just do well, but I think I'm pretty good at just being spontaneous and actually just doing random stuff. Because I feel like a lot of people, if you're like, bro, do you want to go do this thing right now? They're like, no, I have to study or work. I have to be responsible and whatnot. And I feel like if you ask me, like,
99% of the time I text you, you're always like, yes.
Yeah. Even if I have something else going on, I'll be like, if you, like, can push it back to this time, or if we can change it to, like, the day after or something, like, I'm down to do it. Even if I haven't done it before, I'm down to just be like, okay, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, when you get to the end of your life, what do you want to have accomplished, or what do you want people to say about you?
Overall, I think I will have wanted to accomplish, one, having a good career that I was really good at and that I made an impact in some way. And two, I want to be able to say that I was truly happy with my life once I die. Like, maybe I found the husband I always wanted, or, you know, I lived the way I really wanted to once I actually get the money to be able to do that and actually, like, travel and live where I want to.
Yeah, that's good. I totally feel that. I want to, when I'm, like, old and whatnot, I want to be able to look back and be like, I, like, was chill. Which sounds like so, like a frat boy. But, like, I'm in the situation of, like, something bad happens, or, like, you're in, like, an annoying situation with annoying people, and, like, I'm just chill about it. Like, I didn't blow up. I didn't lose my cool. I didn't, like, go off on someone. Or if I'm having a bad day, I don't, like, go off on someone that doesn't deserve it. Like, I treated people how they should be treated, and that I was chill. Yeah. Okay, that's all the questions I have. Do you have any questions that you would like to ask? You can say no. You don't have to ask a question unless you want to. What's your favorite song right now?
My favorite song right now? $1 Million Baby, purely for the anime edits on TikTok.
I listened to that song the full way through today for the first time ever.
I love it.
Yeah. It's pretty groovy. My current favorite song is Rhinestone Cowboy by Glenn Campbell. It's an absolute banger. If you like the song Southern Nights or the soundtrack from Guardians of the Galaxy, you are guaranteed to like Rhinestone Cowboy. It's fabulous.
I do have a question, actually.
Okay, yes.
What advice would you give someone, like a teenager, before they get to their early 20s?
Oh, that's a good one.
Because your early 20s, it's not like the movies. It kind of sucks, actually. Like, it's fun, but it's also tough at the same time.
Yeah. Probably that you only take advice from people that you like their lifestyle.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Don't take advice from people who you don't.
If you don't trust them, you don't like how they live. Like, if your parents are trying to tell you something, but you see how they live and you don't like that, probably shouldn't take their advice. If you have a friend that is, like, not someone that you think makes smart choices, you probably shouldn't take their advice. Or a coworker or someone. Like, if they're not living a lifestyle that you like, or they're always in, like, a bad attitude or something, then I wouldn't take any advice from them. You have to know, like, who to actually listen to for, like, important stuff.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. What would you say?
I would say, I know this is, like, such a common theme that I've been talking about, but, like, be okay with being uncomfortable, and don't be afraid to lose a friend along the way. Because sometimes you guys are just going to change. Like, you're young, people change all the time. And sometimes it's just not going to work out. And that's okay.
Big facts. I also think, shoot, I just forgot what I was going to say. Oh my gosh, no!
It was probably very insightful. I just know it was.
Oh, I'm sure it was. It was probably, like, something they should add into the book of Proverbs in the Bible. That's how insightful it was. Oh, shoot! Wait, what was the question? It was...
Advice to people about to go into their early 20s.
Man, I don't remember. There's a really good book called Everything You Need to Know About Your 20s or something. I forgot. I don't know. Or like I don't remember what it's called, but it's so good. And it has like 3 main topics about love, career, and something else. And it's a really good book. I wish I could remember the name of it, but I feel like if you don't have any direction, everyone should read that book. I don't know if you've heard of that book. I was given it from my stepmother-in-law. Shout out Trish. And it was literally such a good read. Oh, what I was going to say is, oh my gosh, I just forgot it.
How did it come back and then leave right?
No, I think it has something to do with, when I went on my Brazil trip.
Oh.
But I don't remember what.
Well, while you're thinking, I have one more piece of advice that came from my high school orchestra professor.
Okay.
Professor. He was a teacher. Been in college too long.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Jones was my high school orchestra teacher, and one of the best pieces of advice he gave me, because I was really kind of awkward in high school. I know contrary to what everything we've been saying, but like, I was just a little ball of awkwardness in my own head. It's only awkward if you make it awkward. And I live by that.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, it's true. You know, it's only as bad as you make it up to be in your head.
Yeah.
A lot of the time.
I feel like whatever point I was going to say was related to that. What was your first point? You have to be uncomfortable?
You have to be uncomfortable, and you can't be afraid to lose friends along the way. Or just, like, people aren't always going to work out.
Yeah. Oh my, I don't know. I can't remember. I feel like it's so close. If I remember it,
You're gonna have an update during editing, and it's like, I do actually remember.
I know. Or it's just never gonna come back to me for like a month, and I don't know. If I remember it, I'm gonna add it in. But, anything else? Any last words that you want to throw in the podcast?
Watch Jujutsu Kaisen, please.
Oh my gosh.
For the love of God.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, that's the end of the episode. Bye.